Very good morning, Zimbabwe. Mamukase. Let us take a look about the NYATSIME protest, which happened, or the Chitungwiza protest, which happened yesterday. And citizens and young people are demanding the release of the NYATSIME 16 because they believe that they are wrongly incarcerated. They believe that these are people who are innocent, people who are just being persecuted for the sake of belonging to the opposition. Because if we are to look on that case, the people who are supposed to be behind bars first with NPF people who were banning the funeral of Blessing Ali. Those are the people who are supposed to be behind bars. The people who are supposed to be behind bars are people like Pierce Jamba, but they've been given bail and they're outside, whilst the comrades are languishing in prison. So this is a report here live. As you can see, write it on the screen here. This is Makumbora Ruseshe saying this is a powerful message to ZANU-PF from Chitungwiza. You may abuse the police, you may capture the courts and throw pro-democracy champions into jail, but you can never bully citizens into submission and subsequent extinction. And this is what was happening yesterday in Chitungwiza. Okay, let me try to play it right here for you. Right. So these are young people demanding the release of the NYATSIME 16 because they believe that they believe that these comrades are innocent and they are being wrongly persecuted. That is their belief. And I strongly agree with these young people because uh, political persecution should stop in the nation of Zimbabwe. We cannot continue to have a nation where opposition people are politically persecuted. There are people who are looting state resources from ZANU-PF, the Wajgajenas, the Mfumiras, the whatever you might think of. But they are free, they are walking scot-free, yet these comrades are being denied bail for demanding justice. If you look on this issue, there are people who are being persecuted, demand drivers. These are people who just transported people from point A to point B. There is no crime in being hired, and they are being persecuted as well, and they've been deprived a chance to take care of their families, to be with their families, to work for their families. They've been denied bail. The reason why bail is allowed is to make sure that a lot of people will be given time to do or to work for their families, to work for themselves, to fend for their families. Because if they get acquitted, who is going to compensate for the time lost? Who is going to compensate for the time they've been in prison? This is the reason why we need to set a precedence in terms of prosecution or in terms of prosecuting these magistrates, the prosecutors, and the police, everybody who is involved. If these guys are acquitted, we need to make sure that they're thoroughly prosecuted, they're thoroughly charged, and not only criminally, but also they are sued for civil damages because these guys have been in prison for a very long time. They've lost time with their families, and we need to actually see the people who are behind this personally being sued, and that is what you need to see happening. So this is it in Zimbabwe. Protest in Chitungwiza, and it's more likely that we are going to see more protests across Zimbabwe. So I'm going to bring a detailed report about protests which are being planned in Zimbabwe and abroad regarding to the persecution of the comrades who are in prison, the NYATSIME 16, because there are protests which are being planned both in Zimbabwe and abroad. And I'm going to bring it on this platform. Then we have a discussion. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the support. Let us meet in other episodes and other broadcasts. My name is Ronald Wekwamakusha.